So Vic, let me ask you, what has been the hardest part? The roughest, toughest, whatever words you want to use, complicated, for raising girls as a single dad?
The whole journey was hard. Now, the most difficult part raising girls is really understanding them. The other difficult part is with them understanding me coming from the perspective of a father. There's a lot of complexities that come with that on both ends. You know, being a male figure that I am, I lead with naturally dominance, in terms of protection, dominance in terms of support, dominance in terms of making sure they have everything they need. So after a while, young ladies develop their own sense of independence. It becomes very difficult for them to translate that, the dominance into this is what a father, this is what strength look like, this is what responsibility look like. So that's a very complex, complicated stage for a father. Because at times you don't know if your daughters are listening to you, if they're comprehending and processing. So that becomes a challenge because typically you put something in, you expect something to come out of it. You expect a certain outcome, and that's not always the case in parenting, regardless of being a single father, single mother. That's not always the case. What I've learned over time is really patience. I've learned to understand their perspective of things if you can get them to communicate in an effective way, and vice versa. But I also think that comes with, really building a muscle of emotional maturity as you're dealing with any human being. So yeah, the challenges of a father, man, I mean, they're going to exist raising daughters.
But you raised your girls, right?
I did.
So that's a different dynamic from having the mother and the father in the house, but it was just dad and two girls.
Right. Most of the time, all the time.
So there had to be a little bit more complexity to it with just raising them. I know what you just said, but I'm talking also along with the tough stuff,
Talking about the boys,
the uncomfortableness.
Yeah, I mean, that comes
as they get older.
Right. Like, I'm a realist first, kind of no filter type person naturally. So having those uncomfortable situations wasn't really uncomfortable for me because reality is what it is, right? In these environments, your kids are going to be exposed to it, right? So let me be the first to kind of introduce you to what you're going to be exposed to. And let me kind of frame it in a way of how you're going to see it, which is a matter of the truth. Here's the matter of fact. This is how it's going to come at you. This is what you're going to be exposed to. And then you leave it up to them to say, hey, this is how you need to respond to it. Here's how you prepare yourself for your response. And those are the tools you kind of give your daughters, along, even your young man, your sons along the ways, those tools to how to respond to that type of stuff. But yeah, raising girls, difficult conversations, I kept it 100 with them. You know what I mean? I kept it real with them as much as I can. I just hope they gathered something from it.
So when I was talking to other dads that have girls, the number one thing, there was three of them, and all three of them said the same thing. They said the ups and the downs. You just got to know when to catch that wave.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the super emotional, you got the fun. You never know. I hate my friends today.
Right.
So they all said just catching that wave, and
right.
So do you find that to be true?
Yeah, it's trying to find it. It's even more difficult having twin daughters, same age, two different personalities. So you're on a different wave as you pivot between the conversation. You're trying to have a general conversation, but you're talking to two different people. And you got to understand they're processing it differently. So it's even much more difficult catching that wave. One child may you may catch that one child in that wave. Another child may be like, I ain't know what's going on. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's not where I'm at right now.
So you gotta manage two personalities at once.
Right.
One may be in a great mood, the other one may be in a pissy mood.
Right.
I gotta sit here and function both of them.
Right. man. It's that's a challenge. Raising two young black women, young ladies.
Well, God bless you, brother.
Shoot, I need more blessings.